This is Bandelier National Monument. Centuries old pueblo. Some of it has been excavated, some of it has not. We're in Frijoles Canyon. That was the longhouse or the main area. The pueblo is circular. People lived in caves during this period of time. And then they built shelters outside the caves. And then they came down from the mountains and built the structures self-standing. These cliffs are made up of volcanic ash that's been compressed. And it's very easily eroded, as you can see the holes. But eventually, we're going to get up to where the caves are that were dug out of this. And the digging, as I understand, was easy, but it would also cave in on them occasionally. Taking a picture of Sandra so that you can get some idea of how deep and high this crevice goes. I'm not sure why it's here, except maybe rain and water have eroded it and caused parts of it to fall. This is our first set of steps. You can see Sandra ascending them. I don't know how many more there will be. From up on the side of the cliff, you can see the pueblo and the circular nature of it. And the lower rooms, they said, were for storing food, which is what you see. Upper rooms would have been for the residences. And that's the main kiva, which has been excavated and restored a bit. And then, and here is the cliff dwelling that I'm going to climb up into. I am inside the cliff dwelling. And you can see where the room was blackened with smoke. And there are depressions in it. That's the sun. It looks like there was something at one time stuck there. And there's another hole that's been caved, that has been dug out. And yet another. And another. That's interesting. And then here's the view from outside. This is an example of how they would build a structure, a home, in front of a cave. They would enlarge the space. If you dug too deep, the cave would cave in on you. I also found out that they smoked the roof to make the tuff, or the volcanic ash rock, harder. This is a larger house than the one I climbed up into. Apparently there are several rooms. Here before I got my camera out. I'm showing you the storage rooms that were underneath the stories that I showed you earlier. And you can see where they would come up on the roofs and then go into the caves. This is a real nice view of what I was talking about earlier, where they would build storage and then sleeping quarters on top. And you can see where they hardened the tuff, or the volcanic ash rock, by smoking it. These were intelligent people. Native Americans would come out from the cliffs with walls. These were probably storage rooms. And then they would build on top of that with residential rooms. And you could tell how high they went because of the holes in the cliffs. And you can see this one had at least 3 stories, maybe 4. from the holes that are there in the cliffs. And I wonder if what I'm looking at is a petroglyph or if it was added by later Americans. Okay, I hope this camera is picking up the petroglyphs right here. And there's another one right beside that window. It looks like these petroglyphs were drawn or carved into the stone on the top of the roof of the last story. Okay, there's a human petroglyph, and you come down, you'll see more petroglyphs over there, and then hopefully this thing will show a dog or a puppy in there somewhere. Finally, I see the creek, which of course was one of their main sources of water.